Easter Miracle by Ilana, Jael. We have three characters. Janet in her late 40s, typical conservative, motherly housewife / church lady type. We have Kristin in her early 20s, kind but opinionated college student. And soon we will meet Dennis in his early 20s, outspoken, conceited, and occasionally insensitive, but does sincerely care for both humans and humanity. It's the evening on Easter Sunday, April 2020. 3 desks in an office-type room, conspicuously spaced at least 6 feet apart from each other, a phone on each. There are a few half-hearted spring/Easter decorations up. There is also a poster with quote-unquote new health guidelines written on the top in huge letters visible on the wall. Kristin is looking at a textbook and making notes while Janet appears to be sewing. Dennis enters.
Hey, I'm Dennis. Just finished training yesterday. Guess you're my new office pals, huh?
He starts to walk over to introduce himself to Janet, then remembers social distancing guidelines and heads to his desk instead.
Right. No handshakes. Sorry. And sorry I'm late.
Don't worry about it. It's a miracle anyone new would sign up to volunteer here at a time like this. And what a day for a first shift. I'm Janet, by the way.
Kristin, hi.
Hey, happy Easter. Have things been busy?
Lately, yeah. Calls have been way up since COVID. You probably guessed.
Yeah. I saw an article and I figured I should be doing something to help, you know?
Well, thanks for that. Today, though, there's been none. No calls at all. It's so weird.
Really? I thought attempts spiked at the holidays.
That's a myth. Christmas, Easter, the big holidays, they're quieter. Not this quiet, but people look forward to those, enjoy those, being off work and with family.
But this isn't exactly an ordinary Easter. A lot of people aren't with their families.
Well, a lot of people are finding ways around that. Zoom, FaceTime, even just a phone call.
You know that isn't the same.
It's a lot better than nothing. You don't know how badly I wish I could have just one more conversation with my daughter, whatever way I could have it.
The phone's right there.
She's no longer with us.
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to.
It's okay. You didn't know.
Was it from the virus?
No, it's been, she's been gone a long while now.
Well, no calls. So either it's an Easter miracle or things are so messed up that everyone who would be calling is just going straight for the bullet.
I'd like to think not. Maybe everything that's happening has been reminding people how valuable life can be.
Sure. And maybe I'm the second coming.
I mean, she could be right.
No. If anything, people are staying around out of pure curiosity. I mean, the world's falling apart. Might as well sit and watch the shit show.
Sometimes crises bring out the best in people. Like during the World Wars, the suicide rates were lower because people had a fight, a cause. They were united against an enemy.
It's a lot easier to unite against bad guys with guns than something we can't even see. I mean, not to mention when we can't actually unite physically. Besides, it takes a great leader to unite a country. We've just got a great clown. Sorry, I've been going a little stir crazy. And I can't believe that asshole really wanted to reopen the country today.
Well, it was a nice idea.
Well, you can't run a country on nice ideas. The only thing worse than the economy getting worse would be COVID getting worse, basically. I mean, you guys probably know better than anyone. What have people been saying?
Well, there have been a lot of people worried about money who've lost their jobs and stuff. Then there's the ones worried about getting infected, or who think they could be infected, or who've actually tested positive. People whose loved ones are infected or dying or dead. And then there's all the people who just can't take the being alone. Still, it's not as bad as it sounds. Most of the people we hear from aren't actually thinking of going through with it. Mostly they just want someone to listen to them. You'd be amazed how little it can take to stop some people. Yes, I understand. I hear you. You're a person to me. Or they just need a distraction. Sometimes something so little to be happy about.
Like what? I mean, like now what? Since this started, you can't say go to the beach. Can't say go visit a friend. Even a nice walk outside is dicey, depending on the part of town.
There are still plenty of things that people can do. Play with their dog, read a book, Skype a friend.
Okay, what if they don't have a dog? What if they don't have a book? What if they don't have a friend?
Netflix?
There are always ways to stay positive. Always. Most mental health crises don't last long. You just have to get the callers through the moment.
But what if we can't? If we send them to the hospital, odds are they'll catch COVID on the way to the psych ward. All these cliches, these aphorisms, these distractions. If that's all we have to offer, are we even really hearing them at all?
What's your deal then? Why are you here if you're so skeptical of the way we do things?
I don't know. Because doing anything is better than doing nothing. And someone being here is better than no one. What would happen if no one was here?
They have backup lines.
Okay, what if they run out of backup lines?
It hasn't so far. They're careful.
Well, thank God for that. Imagine how that feels. Sorry, you want to kill yourself? Please hold. Besides, I thought that hearing what different kinds of people have to say right now might be useful for my work.
Work?
Well, not work officially. I'm just a waiter. But now that restaurants are off the table, I've been devoting myself to my real work, setting the scene for the next American Revolution.
You're an activist?
In my way, but the first thing they'll write after my name on the Wikipedia page will be esteemed American novelist.
I see.
I've been sketching out plots and short stories for so long, but now I finally got it. COVID. Oh, no, that's bad phrasing. I just meant that this is the unifier. This pandemic, it's been connecting everyone from all over the country, from all walks of life. It connects everything from politics to mortality to morality to greed to rage to love. It's the perfect subject for my first masterpiece. I'm calling it The Salubrious. It means helpful. It's supposed to be ironic.
These people will be depending on you at some of the most vulnerable moments of their lives, and all you can think about is your material?
Not all. It's not like that'll be the goal of the conversation. I just might pick up a few things.
I think you're forgetting the first rule of this. It's not about you. Maybe you think what you're thinking won't affect what you say, but I think that's not always how it works.
Well, why are you here then? Just on your heart's purity?
No. I graduate from UNC's psychology program this spring, and I needed an internship credit. But at least when I'm done with school, I'll actually be able to help people in real life instead of putting all my energy into people who don't even exist.
You think great literature can't help people? Janet just said. She tells them to read books.
Yeah, good books. And just mathematically, this book, sorry, this novel. Less than 1% of a chance it'll wind up a classic. 90% chance it will wind up in the trash.
Well, what if David Foster Wallace had thought that?
Oh, you're one of those.
Those what?
Nothing. Look, I bet everyone is going to be writing about the pandemic once this is over. You should write something else, something sweet, a comedy, a fantasy. After something like this, people won't want to relive the horror. They'll want to escape.
No. They'll want poetry. They'll want solace. They'll want to process what they've been through.
Yeah, in therapy, not by plotting their way through some pretentious book.
Kristin, I don't think you need to be so hard on him. Help is help.
If you say so, I guess. She's been coming in every weekend for the past 10 years.
Really? Why?
I just like to stay busy, useful.
There are more pleasant ways to stay useful.
Well, none so rewarding.
We still haven't heard from anyone? What's happening out there? The apocalypse?
Well, that'd end the calls.